Currently, I'm a sports aerodynamicist, and I act as a consultant to a number of companies, including Nike, Segoy, and the Canadian Olympic Association. My experience at SFU goes back quite a ways because I started, I guess, in 1979, ended up getting an honors kinesiology degree, and as well, I think I was one of the first co-op graduates, program graduates, and really enjoyed the co-op experience at my time at SFU. And from there I went on to do a master's and then a Ph.D. at SFU. Well, I've been asked to speak to you about supporting student success, but I think what we're really talking about here is opening pathways and changing lives. And let me give you a personal example. I'm here today because of a snowstorm that changed my path and ultimately my life. You see, in November 1978, I packed up all my belongings in Winnipeg and started driving west to register for biology classes at SFU. Well, when I reached western Saskatchewan, a huge snowstorm closed the Trans-Canada Highway, and I was stranded in the bucolic town of Gull Lake for 2 days. Nothing to read but the SFU calendar. And so, with nothing else to do, I studied it diligently, and I discovered that in addition to biology, SFU also offered this innovative and multidisciplinary program called Kinesiology. When I eventually arrived at SFU, I was too late to register for biology classes. So, fortunately, I was able to walk over to Kinesiology, where I received a warm welcome. So in that 2 days, I went from being a future caribou researcher to a career in sports aerodynamics. And after that, there were no more snowstorms blocking my path, and indeed, paths kept opening up for me over the next 14 years that I was at SFU. I had the good fortune to be part of undergraduate and summer research projects that looked at everything from the ergonomics of strawberry picking to the design of helicopter survival suits to screening programs for firefighter recruits and the impact of intense exercise on female reproductive hormones. When it came time to complete a master's and Ph.D. thesis, I was able to combine my passion for running with wind engineering to develop apparel that reduced aerodynamic drag and allow athletes to run, swim, and cycle faster. These apparel have now been refined during my work with Nike, and these Nike suits have now been worn by well over 100 Olympic medalists and world record holders. You know, I'm immensely grateful to SFU for providing me with the knowledge and opportunity to develop my career, and I always wanted to find a way to say thank you and give back to the program. Since so many paths have been open for me in the form of research opportunities before my graduate work, I felt that supporting recent undergraduates before they started graduate programs would be a good way to help the researchers of the future. Malcolm Gladwell famously suggested that it takes 10,000 hours of practice to be an expert, but for most students, they have only one shot at completing a graduate degree. So the more experience you can give a researcher, the better they should be. Young researchers also know how to live efficiently, so it doesn't take a huge donation to make a real difference to their lives. With all these factors in mind, the Dean of Science's office launched the Len Brownlie Undergraduate Research Prize last year. The prize is awarded to an outstanding SFU science undergraduate so that they can conduct a summer research project prior to beginning graduate work. I like to think of the prize as my version of a snowplow, clearing a path for the next generation of researchers. One of the most gratifying aspects of having sponsored this prize is the opportunity to meet the recipient over lunch. The first recipient, Colin Peters, used his prize to work with Dr. Peter Rubin on the effects of genetic mutations on calcium uptake in the heart. Colin's research has gone so well that he has now been accepted into the BPK PhD program. The second recipient, Daniel Young, delayed a career in medicine in order to work with Dr. Tom Clayton on cardiac potassium channels. This year's recipient, Michael Jerkowski, is completing a co-op term with Dr. Don McKay in the SFU Aging and Population Health Lab, focusing on fall injury prevention strategies. It is very cool to meet such bright, talented, and dedicated students as they begin their research careers. I go to bed at night assured that these researchers will one day solve many of the world's problems and that the future will be better because of them. And I can tell you, it feels great to think that you've made a direct contribution to their development. In closing, I would like to encourage all of you who have benefited from a science education at SFU to consider creating a new student award to assist young students. I can guarantee you that it'll be one of the most rewarding investments you will ever make.